Good morning, Les Cross here. We're going to do something a little bit different for you today. As you can see, we're outside. I have the outside broadcast unit for the film production with me today. There's the producer, director, best boy, give us a wave, thank you. Catering crew over there, and the lovely camera operator there, thank you very much indeed. And what we're going to do today is something a little bit different. I want to show you how you can create a live reading using natural products. I want you to know that you're never going to be short of using materials or finding materials in nature, very geomantic. You're never going to be short of finding materials with which to give a geomantic reading. And today we're going to use a willow tree. Okay, that's the willow tree. I've just come round the bend. Don't say anything. And what I'm going to do then is to look for some leaves down in the lane here that we can use from the willow tree to give a reading. So let's see the kind of leaves that we've got. I'm immediately attracted to this one here, which is a nice one. It's a bit pale, but it will still suit our purposes. We've got another one here. That's a bit more dried. I'm going to have a think about that one. Which other ones have we got here? We've got another one here. I'm looking for leaves. This situation are quite flat. I don't want them too curled. I don't want them too dried. I'd like them to be a similar kind of colour if I possibly could. Here's I just walked on it. I prefer not to use that one. Come on. Trained camera operator here. Let's have a look at this one. That one's not too bad. So we've got 4 there at the moment, but I'd like to get a slightly different one than that one. That's a bit curled up. Let's see if we can get one. This one here. That one's fine. That one's fine. So the ones that we've got here, you can see that one's a bit yellow. I'll just see if I can get a slightly different one than that. Have we got another greener looking one here? Just trying to see. There we go. That's a green looking one, that's fine. Okay, so this was the one I didn't want to use because it's a little bit yellow. This one's a bit too dried up, but these are all freshly blown off the tree. Oops. Up again. Freshly blown off the tree, so they're a nice, good green, living green colour. A little bit of damage to them there, but that's bit eaten away, but that's no problem. Keep dropping them, and they're very light indeed to use, so they'll be perfect for the reading. So come on, back to the house. Okay, here we are back at the ranch. We're now going to use the leaves to give a geomantic reading. The leaves I'm going to use in the following way. I'm going to gather them all up together, and for any leaf which I throw, I'm going to throw them all these together, but any leaf which lands in a more or less vertical position like that, I'm going to attribute as a single tap, and for any leaf that lands in a more horizontal orientation, I'm going to envision as being a double tap. Okay, and I have my geomantic die ready to give me the house that it's going to go in. So occasionally you will find that the leaf won't be exactly in the orientation of vertical or horizontal, and in a situation like that, from your own vision, because you are the oracle, you are the reader, you will be the one who decides whether it looks to you more vertical or more horizontal, and on that basis you will position it to make it clear in your own mind as exactly which orientation it is. Okay? I'm now going to get the question clearly in my mind, and I have my notepad ready to make a note of the reading itself. So let's get the question clearly in mind. Okay. Okay, that's how they've landed. We can see here that we have one which is pretty vertical, another which is pretty vertical. This one is slightly higher than this one, but it doesn't matter because they're the same orientation as it happens anyway. That's obviously the orientation of the first geom, obviously Fortuna Minor. Let's see which house that's going to go in. It's going to go in the second house, so make a note of that. Fortuna Minor in the second house. Okay, repeat the same principle then. Okay. Trickier. What have we got here? It seems to me that these are all via. Okay, because we have top one looks like this one. Perhaps, yes, perhaps that one. I don't know, that looks more horizontal to me. Horizontal. This is the next highest. That's downwards. That's downwards, and that's definitely downwards. Okay, which gives us Caput Draconis. Which house is that going to go into? It's going to go in the third house. Okay, so Caput Draconis, oh, doesn't matter, I know what they are now. That goes in the third house, and that's fine. Okay, we can release the leaves back into the wild to do what they then need to do, and from that then I'm going to go back inside the house, into the study, and work out what the active transform is. I already know what the active transform is, but we're going to calculate the active transform, think about the meaning, and then I'm going to post it on the blog for you a little bit later on today. And that's how you give a perfectly natural geomantic reading.